welcome to the Boxing Opinions YouTube channel. I'm Jack Price. You can follow me on Twitter at PriceyJ97 or on our boxing page at BoxingOpinions1. And today we're bringing you another exclusive interview with an unbeaten British superstar. This time it's fast rising, up and coming, super featherweight Mitchell Smith. Now this guy, he's only 6-0. He's only young, I think he's 20 years old, but already he fights like a ring veteran. He's a very, very talented fighter, and I do believe he is destined for big things. A lot of people believe that he's destined for big things, and he believes it himself. He's a confident but also down-to-earth guy, and that comes across well in the interview. And yeah, it's just an honour to talk to him, really, because like I said, this guy is destined for big things. He could be, and it looks very likely that he's going to be one of Britain's superstars in the future. So look out for him, and yeah, just check out the interview. I'm sure you enjoy it, and thanks for listening. Last talked, you scored an impressive first round stoppage victory over Gavin Reed back in April. Can you quickly talk us through what happened in the fight?
She was lucky. Gavin seemed like a tough nut to crack before I went in there. To be honest with you, it was one of them that I thought, you know, I'm not gonna. There's not a lot of chance to get this lad out of there quickly, and I thought I'll just go in there and I'll just be nice and loose, just try and get the round under my belt, because, like I said, not a lot of people do that to Gavin Reed. So I just went in there just to get the round under the belt, and you know, the shot that I executed was perfectly timed, and he went over, and you know, his legs was obviously unsteady, as you see. And I thought, I knew it was close to the bell ringing. I just knew it was very close to the end of the first, and I just stepped on him, and the referee had to get involved, because obviously it would have, for his own safety, like, had to get involved.
Yeah.
You know, and I've had a lot of credit from it, which is nice, but you know, it's just onwards and upwards to the next one, really.
You seem to become more and more popular with every fight. How have you seen your fan base grow over the last year or so? Since the last few times you fought?
Yeah, no, it's been nice, and obviously to be on Box Nation is another plus, because obviously people are subscribing to it and they're watching my fights all the time, and I'm always on there, which is nice. So that's a plus to it. But no, yeah, every time I'm boxing, my fan base is getting bigger, as you said. You know, I can't see why it can't keep getting bigger and bigger, because obviously the way I fight is exciting, and you know, as well as being exciting, I'm clever as well, which is, you know, which works in, you know, in both positions. And yeah, no, I can see it getting bigger and bigger every time I fight, to tell you the truth.
Yeah. Does it put a bit of pressure on your shoulders, obviously, with so many people predicting you to do big things in the future?
To be honest with you, Jack, a lot of people have said, you know, like my dad says, you know, you feel like you've got pressure on you, because my dad's always trying to take as much pressure off my shoulders. But you know, I look at it like I enjoy being in the ring, so I just go in there to just do what I've got to do, and you know, I don't think that there's anyone out there that can trouble me. Around the British level at the moment, is, you know, it's just about doing the rounds, you know, which I'm training on in the gym. I'm picking up fitness and sparring and doing longer runs, and you just, you know what I mean, just doing things that I would have to train for in 10 and 12 round fights. So no, I haven't got a lot of pressure on my shoulders. I just go in there. I enjoy being there. It's my job, but I have to feed my family. You know, and like I said, I enjoy being in there. I love being in the ring. I love the atmosphere. I love people cheering my name, and you know, that's what I do. You know, that's why I do it. So
you're out again at Wembley Arena on July the 20th. Any news on who you're facing yet?
I haven't had any opponents pop up just of yet. Like I say, and every time I'm not worried on who I fight. I have to crash through everyone. And that's what I'll do on July the 20th, you know, whether it be knockout or whether it be points, I'm letting everyone know that it'll be another good performance, because, like I said, I've got no pressure on my shoulders. I'll just go in there. I enjoy being in there. I'll go in there and I'll put on a good performance. So, you know, everyone tune into Box Nation or buy their tickets off of me, Twitter me at Mitchell Smith 92. You know, just follow me.
So another win on the 20th will move you to 7-0. When do you think you may be ready to start stepping up and fighting for titles?
Now, I'm ready now. I would fight for a title now. You know, it's not as easy as just saying I'll fight for a title now. You know, it goes board, it goes through, you know, it goes through people, and you know, it's not up to me. I would fight for a title right now. So yeah, that's my answer. I would fight now, but you know, I wouldn't be allowed to fight for one now. But as soon as I can, believe me, I'll be snatching titles as soon as I can.
So super featherweight is turning into quite a strong division in Britain. You've got guys like Gary Buckland and Stephen Foster at the top, but also top young stars like yourself coming through. Other than yourself, do you see any young fighters that we should look out for at 130 pound?
I don't know. I don't really take no notice in the super featherweight division, to be honest with you. Like I said, I just want to crash through everyone, and that's my job. I mean, if I'm happy to be ranked 21 in Britain, then I'm not going to be champion. So
yeah,
at the end of the day, the likes of Gary Buckland and Stephen Foster Jr., their names being thrown at me, don't really mean a lot to me, because I have to beat lads like this if I'm gonna get to the top. I mean, you know, Gary Buckland's probably going to go on to bigger and better things, the same as Stephen Foster Jr. You know, but you know, there's a couple of them. There's a lot of people. You know, there's say 20 people in front of me that 10 of them or 5 of them are going to go on to bigger things before I'm even going to get there. But like I said to you, I've got to beat anyone in super featherweight division, because I'm going to be the best in the world, Jack. And you know, I have to beat anyone that's put there. So names that are thrown at me don't bother me. I'm gonna, you know, whenever you say names like this, when I get my opportunity, you know, I'm gonna knock them out, or I'm gonna beat them up.
So is that where you see yourself eventually then, like above British level, world level, fighting for world titles?
Most definitely. You know, I wanna win a world title. I wanna win all the world titles there is. I want to clean up front and back.
So at the moment, where do you genuinely feel you should be currently ranked in the division? Do you think maybe you're closing in on the top 10 and maybe moving to a British title shot in the next year or so?
I personally, you know, when I look at myself, I believe I should be in the top 10, yeah. But then again, you know, you can't. I haven't earned to be in the top 10 yet, which is why they've got the Box Track rankings, because, you know, it's about earning your shot at getting in the top 10 and earning your shot to fight for a British title, and I haven't done that. You know, I'm with a good, you know, my promoters are, you know, they're very good promoters, and they'll, in good time, they'll get me there, and I believe that. You know, I've got good management, Richard Clark. I've got a great trainer in Jason Rowlands. You know, you got Warren Promotion. You know, together, you know, we could go on and do something special.
Now we just got a few questions from some of our followers on Twitter.
Yeah.
Starting off, what attributes do you believe you possess that will make you successful in the sport?
Attributes?
Yeah.
Meaning?
Basically, like, what skill base do you think you have? Is it your heart, your strength, your power?
I'm just an all-round, you know, just all-round, you know, I wouldn't say, I don't know, I mean, I do punch very hard, because I know that, because of obviously due to sparring partners and putting people over and sparring that are a lot bigger than me. You know, I've got good speed. My footwork is very good, because I've been practicing on my footwork since I was a nipper. So 6 years of age, I've been in the gym. My dad used to do 2 hours, like, with just on my feet, you know. My footwork's good, my hand speed's good, my power's good, you know, my timing, just all round, you know. So, yeah, that's my answer for that.
Yeah, who is your favourite fighter of all time, and what fighters do you feel have had an impact on your style and the way you fight?
An impact. I wouldn't put my style down to somebody else. You know, I pick up little things off of fighters. You know, I watch fights in slow motion. I watch fighters in slow motion. I like to see what, you know, I'd like to see the faults in good fighters as well, because, That's just the way I am.
Yeah.
My favourite all-time fighter was Roy Jones Jr., but obviously the Floyd Mayweather is just a star now, so I've had to favour him over it. Roy Jones Jr. was my favourite fighter.
Yeah.
You know, but then, you know, like I said, like I can box on the outside and box nice and slick, or I can come forward and I can fight with people. You know, so I do like the fighters. I do like the Mexicans. I do like Chavez, the Pereira, the Corrales. You know, I do like them all. You know, so I just pick up little bits off of each individual fighters, and I like to put it into myself. And I mean, there's no point being one way. You might as well have 3, 4, 5 different plans before you go into the ring. No point going into the ring with one plan and then not being able to use the plan and being basically shafted. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where you can't use another plan because you don't know how to, because you haven't learned the plan. So with me, I need to go and hunt someone down, you know, and punch the heck out of them. I'll do that. It's the same with if I need to sit back and box someone and pick them off, I can do that. So, you know, I would just look at all different fighters and pick up little bits and put them into myself and work on them, work on them.
Yeah, so Floyd Mayweather, your favourite fighter then. Have you got a prediction for him versus Saul Alvarez in September?
I think Saul Alvarez is too big for him. You know, if I was in this is why he's such a great fighter, because he's given the fans this fight that everyone's going to want to see. You know, when I found out about it, I thought that, you know, he was really being really risky with it, because Saul Alvarez is just a monster compared to him. But you know, Floyd's not going to take the fight unless he knows he's going to win it. You know, that's for me. You know, Floyd's clever, and that's the reason why he is where he is because he's got, you know, his brain is just unbelievable. The way he thinks, the way he boxes. You know, you can see outside of life. All right, he parties, but like he said, when Floyd Mayweather was in the gym, you know, that's when the specialness comes out in him. And he's right. You know, he might go out and party, he might go out and spend loads of money, but he's so clever in what he does. You know, unless he knew he was going to win, he wouldn't take it. But Saul Alvarez is going to be a great test for him. Yeah,
and
great test.
Finally, then, last question: what do you hope to accomplish overall in your boxing career?
I want to win everything.
Yeah,
I want to win everything. Everything. I want to win a British title outright. I want to win a world title, and I want to defend it, and I want to leave the sport with an O. I want to leave the sport undefeated.
So there you go, a top interview from a top fighter. Like I said, Mitchell Smith, definitely one to look out for. You can follow him on Twitter at MitchellSmith92. Make sure you follow him, check him out, and yeah, basically follow his career, because like I said, big things coming for him. And just one more time, you can follow us on Twitter at BoxingOpinions1. More upcoming interviews that you can get involved with, and boxing news and debates all day, every day. Thanks for listening.